first Addie, the bar mitzvah boy. I'm not going to embarrass you by telling you how much we love you, but it's the truth. Addie, watching you in shul yesterday was completely surreal for us, and you were brilliant. But where has the time gone? We still remember the day you were born, entering the world as a large 4.1 kilo baby. You were an emergency cesarean after almost 14 hours of labour, and when we first saw you, we didn't believe you were ours. You looked like a 6-month-old with head control that looked like he could bypass milk and go straight into eating sandwiches. In all seriousness, in that moment, you became the centre of our world and one of the 3 loves of your dad and mine, and nothing has changed.
Walking at 11 months, you really have been active from the very beginning. So too, Addie, you're a passionate, empathetic and loyal young man, and it's been that way from the moment you were born. Your loyalty to family and friends is unwavering, and you carry an unshakable sense of what's right and wrong, and you never get swayed.
A bar mitzvah signifies added responsibility, the beginning of manhood, and a time for the young adult to start taking on greater responsibility. It's also a time of adjustment for a parent. The relationships will shift, but one thing is 100% certain, and that our love will never change. I just want you to look around at your amazing family and friends and soak up the here and now, because that is what it's all about.
Addie, we watch you playing sport, whether as a premiership Ajax footballer or playing basketball, always committed to the contest and always putting your head over the ball and giving your all. And yes, that bravery and courage has led to a fair share of hospital visits, but we admire your determination and your willingness to front the contest. You wear your heart on your sleeve, and when I say this, I can't help but think of the dozens of footy games, Addie, where you've either thrown your food in frustration, perhaps rather brazenly accused umpires of corruption, or just burst into tears watching Carlton struggle. And let's just say that it's purely a coincidence that at exactly the same time as Carlton got beaten by Geelong last week, your phone screen managed to crack into 1 million pieces. I wonder how that happened. Addie, while fostering your passion for sport is pretty costly at times, your loyalty is unwavering, and this is to be admired.
We'd like to acknowledge all of Addie's grandparents, Miriam and Henry, Miriam and Michael. We are fortunate to have all 4 grandparents in our kids' lives, active, healthy and always available at a moment's notice. Writing this speech, we found it very difficult to explain the depth of relationship that my parents, Miriam and Henry Moore, otherwise known as Mimi and Poppy, share with their firstborn grandchild. Addie came into our lives and brought special love and meaning, particularly to your Mimi and Poppy. They began to feel what love was again.
To Addie's other grandparents, Miriam and Michael, his sufter and papa, they too think the world of you, Addie. You know, there's nothing all 4 of them would not do for their grandchildren, and have been present at all of Addie's sporting events and school concerts. Yesterday you were fortunate to have your 100-year-old great-grandmother, Nana Eva, watch you in shul. You and your cousins are a source of strength to all your grandparents and to your great-grandmother as well.
Auntie Natty, you and Addie share a special relationship. Where are you? There. The advice and guidance you have given Addie is always valued by him, especially on the fashion front. Thank you for always being there for me, and I never take for granted how lucky we are to have each other.
Auntie Susie, Uncle Mark, Gerra and Abby, we are all grateful for the closeness of our families and the age of our kids. It is incredible to watch the cousins playing together, and always looking forward to our Friday nights, our Friday night catch-ups and the mischief that these kids get up to.
Addie, your brothers think the world of you. Jake, you are our blue-eyed protector, and although you and Addie might be like oil and water at times, we know you guys have plenty of laughs together, usually at your dad's expense. I occasionally see snippets of it now and it shows me what the future looks like, and it looks bright. Jake, we admire your gentleness and compassion. You are the animal whisperer, always with a calming energy in our lives. We love how you challenge things and always ask the important questions, even if they are so impossible to answer. Never stop being you.
Hayden, or as Mum calls you, our little Swedish prince. I have to admit, there are times I wonder how I ended up with a blonde son who looks nothing like me. You really are Mum's mini-me, even barracking for Geelong. You share a special relationship with Addie, where sometimes I think Addie parents you, but I know that's because all he wants to do is protect you. You make us all laugh with your dancing and your singing and your completely happy nature.
Ari, whilst I know you would love me to get up here and recite the lines, "You are the wind beneath my wings," or take a quote out of some political speech to describe how amazing you are, shockingly, I am not. Instead, I want to thank you for being the most amazing husband to me and father to our 3 boys I could ask for. Sure, you drive me nuts and you have serious road rage, but there is nothing you would not do for us, and we know how lucky we are. No matter what ups and downs we have been faced with, you are a constant pillar of strength for me, and I appreciate that more than you know.
Danielle, firstly, how stunning does she look? We're all celebrating thanks to you. You have put on the ultimate show. You have been the event coordinator, the event planner, and you've brought this whole event together. While this in itself would be amazing, there's more. Try planning for tonight with buying a new home, putting ours on the market with weekend inspections, and trying to keep a routine for 3 boys, maybe 4, and 2 dogs. While all of this is starting to while all of this is leading me to start a GoFundMe page, Danielle, you have been amazing in holding this ship together. We've had our fair share of emotional challenges, our ups and downs, but it's been an amazing journey together. You know I think the world of you, and I always say things just keep getting better. You're an incredible mother, daughter, sister and friend, always there at a moment's notice. And Danielle, everyone thinks the world of you too.
We would like to make special mention of your uncle and my brother Robert, Adrian Moore, who you were named after. When Eddie came into the world, it was not long after Robert passed away, and I knew that it was my mission that you were never going to meet him, that you would feel like you knew him. And I don't think since the day you were born that I ever stopped telling you stories about him, because he was amazing. Addie, when I look at you, I see that you share many similar qualities with your uncle. But the strongest similarity is your strong stance on loyalty and what's important in life. You had this from the moment you were born. It was something innate. There were countless stories about him, sticking up for his friends and being there for them when they needed him, and you were the same. I know how much he would have loved to be here with you, flinging you around the dance floor, like the 6'3" giant he was. But I do believe he is here, because he is part of you. So how lucky are we?
We would also like to mention your late great-grandmother, your Oma, who you were fortunate to have in your life up until 2 years ago. She lived until 99. Lucky to have seen you grow up, along with her 4 other great-grandchildren. Addie, this room reflects the best of us. You can see here family and friends that make up our entire lives. Mum and I also have school friends here and friendships that are decades old. We've even got workmates here, which shows you how life, work and friendships often intersect. It also tells you that family in its truest sense runs deeper than simply bloodlines. Amongst those in the room are perhaps those that we don't speak to as often as we should, or catch up as often as we used to. But these ties come from our own childhoods and through profound stages of life, enduring the best of times and the hardest of times. And we simply want this for you, to go about your life making choices that reflect positively on you and your friends, and to build strong and lasting relationships. And finally, to know that whatever happens, you'll be surrounded by all of the people that love you.
To those that have travelled further to be here today, we want to thank cousins Melanie and Oliver and members of the Will family, and our friend Alana, who have travelled here from Sydney. But it is enough from us. It is now time to hear from the man himself. Welcome Addie to say a few words.
Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, thank you all for joining me in this simcha to celebrate my bar mitzvah. The weekend has been a great celebration, and it was fantastic to see many of you yesterday as I was caught up at shul for Parsha Re'eh. Re'eh is the Torah portion where Moses tells the Israelites that if they worship other idols, they will be punished. Moses also explains the laws of kashrut and explains 3 festivals, Passover, Shavuot and Sukkot. Re'eh teaches us the importance of listening to the laws that God tells us, so we stay loyal and hold true to our faith. These are important values for me as I celebrate this important milestone and learn how I can be as connected to my culture as possible. I'm grateful to have so many family members here. Mimi, Poppy, Safta and Papa, you are all a huge influence in my life and always there to support me when I need you here. We always have our little catch-ups, Mimi and Poppy. I love having our weekly chats with you about how I should change the Geelong. Sorry it's not happening, but I enjoy going to an occasional game here and there. I love our regular weekend breakfast and our family vacations together. Looking forward to Israel next year. Mimi, I love how you always come to my sporting events to cheer me on. Papa and Safta, I love our catch-ups and chances to get together with cousins at your place. I always enjoy going over to Papa's to see a new gadget or two, and Safta's help with my Hebrew was always well appreciated. You both are also regularly at my sporting events, and thank you. And I am also looking forward to Israel next year. I should add a 5th grandparent, which may seem a little odd, but Hadassah, Mimi's twin, is another grandparent in our lives. We enjoy our regular Shabbats at your house, and amazing laugh and personality. It was great to see my great-grandmother Nana Evie yesterday during shul. She just turned 100 in May and is doing very well. I also remember my late Oma, who died less than 2 years ago and lived to the age of 99. We're grateful to learn the lessons of her life and others and that of other Holocaust survivors. Okay. I also remember Safta Esther, my other great-grandmother, who I was fortunate to know when I was younger. Their experiences are important to learn from. To my brothers, Jake. I know sometimes we can take each other the wrong way, but we can have some laughs together, like when we were both crashing into Dad and go-karting on our boys' weekends. I know one day we'll be the best of mates. You are passionate and a kind person, and I'm lucky to have you. Hayden. Although you abandoned the run of Carlton supporters in our house by backing Geelong like Mum, you are the cutest and cuddliest of brothers. You always have a smile on your face, often singing and dancing and being the family showman. We love watching you grow up. Please keep the laughs coming. To my aunties, uncles and cousins. Nat, my fashion consultant and hug enforcer. Thank you for all the love, attention and wardrobe of clothing you buy for me every year. Your generosity knows no limits. Susie and Mark. We're always looking forward to our weekend dinners and get-togethers. You guys together with my cousins Sarah and Abby, always generous and supportive. Uncle Robert. I want to also acknowledge my Uncle Robert. He was Robert Adrian and I am Adrian Robert. Although I didn't have the chance to meet him, I feel like I know him through the countless stories that my family have told me. I know how much he is missed to this day because I still see how much my mum and our family miss him. It is a big deal to carry someone's name, but I could not be more proud to be my Uncle Rob's namesake. I hope I turn out to be half the person he was. Mum, how do I say it? You were just awesome. Sure, the dance moves and 90s music and the run of George Michael and Coldplay is a bit too much. But you were always there for me and my brothers. While I think you may love the dogs just a bit too much, I know you will do anything for Jake, Hayden and I. I know I can annoy you, such as with my daily text demanding to know what's for dinner, but I'm grateful for all that you do. You are always there for the things I need and up for a conversation or advice any time of the day. You are my world and I love you. Dad, you had so many suggested lines ready for the speech, such as, "You are my hero," but that's just not my style. I will, however, say that you were the most amazing dad I could ask for. Like Mum, I know I can also annoy you, but you were the best dad and role model I could ask for. You work so hard that we can always have the best things, and although we don't always show our appreciation, we do know the work and sacrifices that are made. Just do me a favour, no more dad jokes. So to those that came from interstate and afar to be here, thank you for celebrating with us. A special thank you to Rabbi Goldberg, who helped prepare me for yesterday, and also Sammy. And also Sammy Brygill for the Barmi program that he leads at Caulfield Shul. To everyone, thank you again, and I hope you continue to enjoy the night. Let the celebrations roll on. Thank you.